Good morning, Year Fives. It is Tuesday. It is sunnier than yesterday. Rather breezy though at the moment. And it is time for our maths. Amy's made me a coffee because she's a nice person, and she brought me my Mr. C mug, which I think I've probably shown you before. Fancy, looks fancy, doesn't it? Right. So let's get cracking. Do nows first, and then we'll do a bit of a teaching. So. Oh, I moved my camera too far forward today. Where are we? Where is it? There we go. Oh, it fits very nicely together. Right, first ones. Rounding, 18,831. So, nearest 10. We've got our 1s and our 10. There's our 10. In our 1s column is a 1, so that's going to round down. That is lower than 5. So it rounds down to 30. 31 is closer to 30 than it is 40. So you write the whole number out. Nearest 100. Let's have a look at the 100. 831. It's closer to 800 than 900, isn't it? So, 18,800. Nearest 1,000. Let's cover that up. There's your 1,000, there's your 100. Your 100 is past the 5, it's an 8. So it rounds up. Okay? So it goes up, rounds up to 19,000. And I'm hoping by now, we've had 3 weeks of this, by now we should be alright with this. Some more estimating. Remember, estimating, you should not be calculating. You should not need to be writing anything out. It should be, let's have a look, probably this, somewhere around this. So if you have a look at this one, well, that one can be rounded to 10 straight away. And then we can do 412 divided by 10 because we just moved the decimal place one. So it's going to be around 41.2, roughly. Okay, and then when you actually solve that, and it's, I don't know, 48 or what, I don't know, whatever it'd be, you know you're not far off. If you get an answer of 235, you're a little off. Next one, let's round that one to 10, and then that one, oh, bunga 0 on the end. 710, boom, 5,710. That's how to estimate, okay? Nice and quick, which is why we've been doing times and divide by 10,000. There's so many your conversions, your estimations. There's a lot of things that times by 10,000 can help you out with. Okay, so boom, nice and quick. Speaking of conversions, 34.6 centimeters is how many meters? So there are 100 centimeters in a meter, so we need to divide this by 100. So it is 0.34, and you can put the 6 as well. 0.346 meters. If you go the other way, remember common sense, it's not going to be 34,600. There's no way you can't have that many meters. It can't be that many. 0.2 centimeters. So there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So are we going to go that way and make it 0.02 millimeters, or are we going to make it that way and make it 2 millimeters? We're going to make it 2 millimeters. 1.01 is a percentage where you've got one whole thing, which would be 100%, and then, so you've got your one whole thing, you got your tenth, your 100th, 101%. 25%, number fact, 0.25. And then 2/5 is equivalent to how many tenths? Now there's two ways you can do this. One, you should be able to remember, well actually, no, there's one way you can do this. I was about to talk to you about remembering about fifths, but that doesn't matter with this one. Beauty with fractions, whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Nice and simple. So look at the number pattern here. Well, I've doubled 5 to get 10, so I'm going to have to double 2 to get 4. Lovely jubbly. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. And actually, you could check this. You know that 4/10 is 0.4. And most of you should now be able to remember that 2/5 is also 0.4 because 1/5 is 0.2. Boom. Magic. Your 2D and 3D shapes that have just gone off my screen. There we go. What type of shape is closed and has only straight sides? Well, you're looking for any sort of polygon. Draw a non-polygon. Alright. There you go. Or, it could be that. Could be a smiley face. Could be anything. Okay, anything that is not closed. So that one's, yes, it's straight lines, but it's not closed, it's not finished. Or it's got not straight lines, basically. Well, that one's not closed, or it's got straight lines. And then how many lines of symmetry does a square have? Well, you've got 1, 2, and then with a square, you've got 3, 4, because you've got 4 sides that are equal. So there are 4 lines of symmetry. Like an equilateral triangle, 3 lines that are equal will be 3 lines of symmetry. That does not work with a rectangle. Okay, you cannot fold a rectangle diagonally from corner to corner. Try it with your A4 piece of paper, it doesn't work. Okay, but with a square, 4 equal sides, 4 lines of symmetry. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, let's get on to the business end of today's lesson. Ooh, lovely, there we go. I'll just bring it in a little bit closer as well. There we go. Right, so, yesterday, I might be able to zoom in a little bit more. Is that going to be too much? Oh, I did a little bit too much. So, yesterday, we had a look at, well, that's more of a recap, really, of plotting coordinates in the first quadrant, which, on today's sheet, hopefully you can spot, whoops, was this one here. All right, and I've even labelled it the first for you. So that's what you were looking at yesterday. Today, I've revealed to you that there is another side to your grid, okay? And it's the fourth quadrant. Now you may be wondering where the second and third are. They will come. They're down here, okay? It goes clockwise. So you'll have 1, 2. Sorry, you can't see my finger. You can't see my hand here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes clockwise, okay? So before looking at all 4, I want to get a bit of a grasp of the fourth one, as I think it's, you know, relatively similar. So, first quadrant is the one you've been using. Fourth is potentially a new one for us. So, most of these questions are the same as yesterday on purpose, to do the same skill, but just in another quadrant. So, it is still going along the x-axis first. So when you use this, so yesterday you've gone, oh, okay, so this is 6, 3, lovely. You still do that. You still go along the x first, okay? But you'll notice, because you're going the other way, it goes into the it's simply a number line. You just go into the minuses. So positive numbers are what you'd probably say the correct way, from left to right. And then the negatives are kind of like the wrong way, so they go left. Okay, so right and left, right? The y doesn't change for this, so the y's are still positives because you're still going up. Now, some of you might be able to think about what I just said about the other 2 that are going to appear later this week, what might happen to the y as well. So, your skill does not change. If you could do this yesterday, you can do this today. Can you write the coordinates for the points given? I've given you an example, which would be -2, 12. So mine here, same as yesterday, would be x first, -2, 12. Easy peasy. So you might want to start with the first one just to warm yourself up. So the first ones would be 1, 1. This one would be 0, 9. Because remember that 0 is part of the x-axis as well. This one would be 6, 11. 10, 8, and then 12, 3. Lovely. Done the first quadrant. Let's have a look at the fourth quadrant. So like I said, mine was -2, 12. This one here is also on the -2, but it is -2, 6. Then we've got -6, 3. -7, 11. -8, 8. And then -12, 6. The skill was exactly the same. There was nothing extra I did there. I still went on the x-axis first, and then went up the y-axis. All I had to do was read that these ones, there was a minus number in it. There was no difference in what I was able to do from yesterday. What type of shape is plotted in the first quadrant? Now, You might be wondering about this one here. That one is in the first quadrant, okay? So, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, doesn't really matter. Depending how you join it up, I suppose. You could argue there's a non-polygon there if you don't finish it off. If you do finish it off, you've got yourself an irregular pentagon because you've got 5 sides, 5 points. So, yes, a regular pentagon. Or if somebody's been clever clogs, could have put a non-polygon, I suppose. Where was it? What type of shape is plotted in the fourth quadrant? So, including mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you'll have some sort of irregular hexagon because there are 6 points. Lovely. And then your challenges is the same as yesterday. So predict the coordinates to draw a square, a number 7, and the first letter of your name, either in the fourth quadrant or in both. So yesterday, you did this in just this quadrant. Today, you can either just do it in the fourth quadrant, or you could try and do it across both. Okay, so you might start at -4, 2, and then your next, whatever you're doing, the next one might be 1, 9, and you draw it. You go across the y-axis. Okay, so have a go with those. Write down, obviously, predict them first, and then don't forget my trick from yesterday. Because we've not all got squared paper, or we've not got these grids drawn out. If you've got squared paper, this is very easy to draw out. It's just a straight line at the bottom and one in the middle. Make sure your numbers are on the lines, not in the squares though. But with a bit of blue tack and parental permission that it's not going to ruin your screen, you can do your work with little bits of blue tack. Okay? So, I don't know if I was going to do the number 7. I'd probably put it kind of there. If I was working in the fourth quadrant, probably put it like that. If I was working across both, I'd probably put one here, one here, and I'd probably put, where would the 7 be? Oh, like there? There maybe? Yeah. So that was if I was working across both. My shape would go across both quadrants. Anyway. Lovely. And then another challenge. What shape have I drawn? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be some sort of quadrilateral. We'll have to see what. Now, I've got some clues here. The fact that 2 of the points are both on the -8 mean they're going to be in line. So 2 of them are going to be, there's going to be 2 here. And there's going to be 2 on the 2 here. So, might be a bit of a clue as to what quadrilateral you might get, and then what letter have I drawn. And then, you've got a little game here as well. Same from yesterday, but if I just click on it quickly, today I want you to have a go on that middle one. So you can have a little practice doing this. 5, 6, 1, 1, -3, 9, 3, 0, -3, 6, 3, 8, -4, no, I'm just playing, 4, 7, 4, 5, where's that gone? -3, 6, -2, 8, 3, 1, -3, 4, -4, 0, 0, 7, 3, 8, -5, 0, and 0, 7, -4. I want to finish now. 2, 0, -4, 3. Yeah! Anyway, so enjoy!